Yes.
So when did you start the community? What does that look like? What does that entail?
So I did my official launch June this year.
Okay, so you've been at it, what is that, 4 months?
Yeah, about 4 months.
Okay.
And we have well over 100 members.
Nice.
And the genesis of it was I do a lot of work on social media.
Okay.
I like to party anyways, like just, connect with people.
Sure.
And so I would flip a property and tell people, come on over, man, I'm a barbecue. I'm gonna show you guys what I did. I was impressed with the work. I was proud of myself.
Sure.
So I'd have my friends come over and just barbecue in front of a house.
When you get it done, bro, it is like, oh, thank God, man.
Done.
Yeah, is there a pool?
Come on, right?
Yeah.
And so we're vibing. I love a good time with some folks. And what that turned into is a lot of people like calling me or DMing me on social media. Hey, I want to get in real estate. Hey, I share a similar story. And I would just take the calls. But as an investor, as a parent, as a real estate agent, so many different hats, I had to tell myself at one point, I can't sit on the phone call and just grow people's careers like that because I wouldn't be responsible for myself.
Yeah.
So how can I scale this and do it in a manner? So I just start having meetups. I buy food and tell people, come out, let's talk real estate.
Yeah, I think as your time becomes more and more valuable, you have to understand that because a lot of what we do is service-based.
Yes.
And you don't get to talk to really, really expensive, educated, experienced attorneys unless you have a personal relationship with them about law without paying them. They'll give you a 15-minute consultation, a 30-minute consultation, but that retainer's coming, baby.
It's on its way.
That retainer's coming because experience is not free.
Ooh.
And so I am a big proponent of masterminds. I'm a big proponent of communities and, coaching. I talk about it all the time. I will tell you guys, as I've said multiple times, the coach does matter. I'm a Chargers fan. Jim Harbaugh is a better coach than the coach we have had. I'm not even going to say his name for the last couple of years. He's better. When we played the Raiders this last Sunday, I think if our last coach was at the helm, we lose the game. He inspires. He knows more. He's more experienced. He played the game at a high level. He has different understanding, different values. He has better communication skills, etc. The coach does matter, and they're not all the same. The community does matter. They're not all the same. But if you can find the right one, it will do wonders for your career. So again, trust but verify, ask questions, and then see how much time this person has to offer, and then what his team looks like, his downline looks like, what his coaching staff looks like, because you're not always going to be able to sit in the head coach's office. That's why he has assistant coaches. How good are they? How experienced are they? How much time do you get understand these things? I think it's really, really important. But I'll tell you, coaching, mentorship has done tremendous amounts of positive for my career and my life. I would not be here where I am without it. So let's talk about that. What kind of support? You have over 100 members now. You've been at it. You feel like you can give back. People were sucking up your time. Hey, I don't mind sharing my time with you, but let's do it collectively because I don't have unlimited time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you built the community. You're doing meetups. You're sharing education. But tell me kind of what separates you from maybe other masterminds or communities. What kind of support that people can expect? What does that look like on a weekly level? Like, let's say I sign up today.
Yeah. I would say first, a lot of good programs out there, a lot of good courses, a lot of good teachers. Probably what sets mine apart from many that I see or seeing, I won't use the term better. I would say that those that have not gotten to their first deal, those that have the passion and have a vision for how they see themselves in the future, right? Those that want to start with the fundamentals, this is a community for you because the larger portion of the community, Deal Mastery 101, is completely free. There's resources, there's pre-recorded, because we go live every Sunday and we go from looking at deals, analyzing deals, raising capital. I do live podcasts where I brought 2 hard money lenders on last week. So there's a Q&A. What is loan to value? Right?
Yeah.
How do I acquire these loans? These fundamental components that you really need to have a good foundation. And even what I do for all my members, I share them and pitch them to the hard money people that I come on my podcast. I say, Christy Mathers, Jonathan and Joseph, they're part of my community. They're trying to take down their first deal. What I'll do is when they do get a deal and they have it all analyzed, I'll have them send it over to me and then we'll hop on a call. Let's see if we can get these folks to their first deal. And that community allows the cross training because people are different. See, like I'm learning some things from you. A lot of good jewels that I'm going to be able to take home, even about standard, even about scripts and business, and just taking so many different things I learned from you, right? You're very prepared and very detailed. And so when you cross train, when you network and get into the right
There's
room,
some people that would combat that.
hey,
I love it though. Thank you,
cool.
man. I appreciate it.
Hey, I learned it from
I
you.
appreciate it.
But getting into the right room sometimes is very difficult when you have nothing to offer. So Deal Mastery 101 is all about providing somebody the fundamentals in a way that if they sent you a message on Instagram, their message wouldn't say, hey bro, I want to do what you do. Can you call me? Because that's not going to happen. But somebody rolling out of my program, my free program, to give them that foundation, would know enough in communicating with a high level individual like yourself to say, man, hey, I see what you're doing with ADUs. Brilliant. I'm looking to track down my first deal. I found 2 deals. Can I bring you value?
Love it, guys. So a couple things I'll take away from that and expound upon. Number one being, in school, we're trained to, learn about the Civil War and learn about World War II and learn about, how to properly compose a sentence and etc. We're not taught about business. And if you want to be in real estate, you take a course about real estate. That's what this is. It is a community where you get training and coursework material about fundamental jargon, vocabulary, all these things that sort of guys like us take for granted because we've been in the game a long time. It's sort of like what's 1 + 1.
Right.
But sometimes we forget that there are people who don't know how to do math when it comes to real estate. It's an analogy, right? Some people don't know what LTV means. Some people don't have the slightest idea what even equity means in a deal, or debt means in a deal, or what a point means, or what closing costs mean, or what title and escrow do. They have no idea what these things, and so you need to learn that stuff. You can learn it on YouTube. You can learn it from guys like Jake, who have a community, who know it, who are building that community, who invest into their community, as well as invest in property, and have learned through doing. You can learn from guys like this, and I highly recommend it. Again, do your own research, vet how you need to vet, but I would say you can fast track your career by paying for a coach that's going to help you get your fundamental skill set down. You don't learn how to slam dunk by just taking a basketball and just crushing it. You have to learn how to hold the basketball. How's your approach? Am I jumping off 2 feet? Am I jumping off 1 foot?
Very true.
You don't learn how to finish and dribble and finish like Kyrie by just getting a basketball and saying go. No, bro.
Timing, you bring up a very valid point. And so I say, what took me 7 to 8 years has taken one of my members 7 weeks.
Right. You learn quicker, especially if you're willing to apply yourself. Like, let's take Steph, right? So Steph's dad, obviously, Del Curry, great shooter. Steph's been shooting since he was 2, him and his brother. He also had to put in the work, but he got to fast track and his level of his upside, his ceiling is higher probably because he started getting valuable information sooner. So the quicker you get in, the quicker you start absorbing that, because it may just happen that, hey, look, you promote this person or this person starts doing a lot of deals, and then you guys are doing deals together, and then that just expands and expands and expands and expands, and that's the way this thing works. So you never know where you're gonna go. I would say you gotta get started. I talk about that all the time. You gotta get started. If it's free, it's free. There's also a paid portion.
There also is a paid portion.
And that is essentially what? Like, you get additional benefits, you get more FaceTime with you. What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you want the fundamentals, Deal 101 is Deal Mastery 101 is definitely for anybody. It's free. For 201 is for anybody that's ready to get into a deal within the next 90 days. Somebody that's not looking to just learn, but ready to execute, ready to leave their 9 to 5, ready to do whatever it takes to really get the ball rolling. And I've learned that there is a difference in people's journey, and everybody, we have to respect their journey. But for those that are ready now, today's the day. That portion of it is definitely available. We do property walkthroughs of my flips, again, even more podcasts, in sessions, and then one-on-one access to my team.
Love it. So get access to the community, obviously. Personal development, you're big on that.
Always.
And mentorship.
Yes.
And then let's talk about flipping. So I'm new in the game. I want to flip houses. I hear it's really cool. I watch, a lot of television where they do this, HGTV. and I saw on your Instagram that you're flipping houses. Jake, I want to do it. Tell me, what resources can you offer me?
Deal Mastery 101.
Okay.
I have pre-recorded content that shows you how to analyze a deal. And the game goes, he who has the deal really wins, because there's a lot of money out there, right? And so if you can become a deal finder, whether it's through your small network, or you're growing your network, you cold call, you mail, you door knock, you meet up, if you can go find deals, somebody could bring you a deal right now with enough meat on the bone, and you'll give them a finder's fee.
Absolutely. Bring me all your deals, guys.
Bring a deal.
We got finder's fees for days.
Bring a deal. So the fundamentals you need to identify a deal, analyze a deal, and pitch a deal, all that's free.
Love it.
That's how you can get to real estate.
And guys,
investing.
the last plug, because we do got to move here, that I'll make for this is there was a time when I did not have a spreadsheet. I did not have a deal analyzer. I would look at this stuff and I wanted that. Like, how I got it? I joined a coaching program. And now I have a bunch of spreadsheets and whatever. But, I paid the money, guys. I don't think you're going to find a lot of successful people that haven't paid for coaching.
Never.
But like I said, make sure you vet the coach. Make sure you're getting the value out of it. And make sure you understand, yes, I am doing this. This is a transaction. I am paying for this. I'm getting something in return, right? It's okay. It's going to help you. But you will hear over and over and over, you have to be applying yourself. No one is going to hand you money and say, here, now, go buy a jet. Like, there's still going to be work involved in this. Don't go into the expectation that, Jake is going to shoot the basketball for you and help you decide whether you should go right or go left in the game. He's going to give you a fundamental understanding of why you should go right, why you should go left, when you should go right, when you should go left. But at the end of the day, you got to dribble and you got to shoot. So
well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
All right. So let's get into. Is there anything else you want to hit on, brother?
No, we're thank you.
Yeah, man.
Well said.
It's been a pleasure having you here. Okay, let's maybe talk about one thing real quick. So we talked about the work people have to do. Let's talk about acquisitions. There's a lot of ways to get deals. You can wholesale deals, right? You can go on auction.com. You can tax liens. You can knock on doors. You can send out direct mails. You can hire VAs. You make cold calls. You could cold call. You get a dialer. I mean, there's a million ways to get deals, right? Mm-hmm. You could just go out and network, talk to people, et cetera, et cetera. Mom's friend who works at the post office wants to sell her house, right? There's a million ways. Water cooler stuff. There's a million ways to get deals. Maybe give me three that you have found in your career, Jake, maybe that from personal experience as a business person in the real estate space, and or people that that are active in the real estate space, you feel like right now in 2024 with all the technology we're getting are the best ways. Let's keep it to newbies. A newbie to get a deal with limited capital, but getting out there and finding a deal. Maybe the top three that you would say, if I was starting in today's market, knowing, a limited amount of information about real estate, this is what I would do to go find a deal to create value.